Welcome to Swisher Family Farm. One of the things that we're going to be doing this year, in addition to growing our vegetable garden, which you'll see plenty of videos about that, but in addition to that, we are going to plant some flowers around our tiny home. This year it's more just to kind of see what grows well in our area. We've done some research on some different things. We want to have some nice beautiful flowers. We also want to have things that are going to help deter the deer from coming to eating our flowers. So you'll see some of the things we're going to do with that. We just want our homestead to look beautiful. We love the green that's all around us, with the green in the trees and everything, and it just seems like everything just bloomed overnight to from it being winter and all the trees being barren to within a couple of days everything is full and has budded and is just beautiful. But we would like to add splashes of color to the green, so that's why we're going to plant flowers in front of our homestead here. One of the things we're going to be planting today are some dahlias. There's many different varieties of dahlias. These are Vancouver Dahlias, and they grow to this beautiful pink color. There's a whole bunch of different varieties of dahlia, and each one is a different color. There's yellows and blues and, you know, different mixtures of colors. We're going to try these and see how they do. I didn't want to get a whole bunch of different ones at this point. I wanted to get one kind to see how they do, and then next year, if they do really well, then I'll get some more, because they're beautiful. They are part of the same family as sunflowers and chrysanthemums and daisies and things like that. So they're a beautiful flower, and I love how the color changes. You can see the tip of it is kind of pink, and then or kind of white, and then it goes out to pink. And then a lot of the different flowers are different colors like that. So we're going to see how these work. These do work in full sun. They do need good drainage soil. They don't need to be kept moist, because the root balls will get rot if they have a lot of moisture. So the soil has to drain really well. And so we think we've got that set up here. We've got in our soil, or in our bed right here, and I'll link a video to where Justin put up the timbers. I'll link a video to that right up here. But in this bed here along the bottom, we put some of the whole logs that we got from when we went and got wood for the winter. And it's seasoned wood. It's not treated with anything, so we just put it in the bottom, kind of as a filler, and as it rots, it will add nutrients to the soil. Then we put a layer of topsoil, and then I have in the wheelbarrow over here, I've got a mix of garden topsoil and black cow, which is cow manure. So I'm going to mix that all together. It keeps the soil moist enough that you don't have to water it all the time, which is nice. But it should drain really well. And then it just flows out underneath the cabin here. And then over here in the corner, we are going to plant these. These are called Dianthus, and they're just kind of a bush. And if we trim it back every year, then they should grow back and replenish. These are ones that we would deadhead, so any of the flowers that, like this one here, is getting ready to die, I'll go through and deadhead them, and it'll help it replenish itself. So we'll be planting those probably on the corners, and then the dahlias in the middle. Now, to keep deer from coming over here and wanting to eat the flowers, we'll also be planting sage and lavender just sporadically throughout. Sage and lavender, we're going to do seedlings and then transplant them here in a few weeks. And then the other thing that we're going to put throughout the garden is some catnip. Catnip is, of course, cats love it because they love the smell or whatever, but a lot of other animals don't like it. It's very fragrant, and so they don't like it, so they don't come around. So we're just going to sporadically place catnip seeds, and hopefully they'll come up. We got a pack, I think there's 500 seeds in there. So we're just going to sporadically plant those throughout the garden. They're good to deter other bugs too. So they'll be able to, we want to try and grow a natural garden. So the fewer pesticides we can use, the better. So if we can use like natural things like catnip, that's going to help alleviate having four-legged pests, as well as any insects that might want to come and eat our plants, then we want to try to do that as much as possible. And then we also have some homegrown remedies that we can use to deter other types of bugs with dish soap and a couple of dash of cayenne, hot sauce, things like that. We will get those videos up later on when, if we need to do that later on in the summer. So we'll see how those come out. These, it said to wait until you were done with the frost, so we're pretty sure we've had our last frost. The soil feels pretty good right now. I am going to, like I said, put a mix of topsoil and cow manure on the top, and then mix that in, and then I'll plant the bulb in there, and then I'll show you how I'm doing that as I get it ready. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do some planting. I'm very excited to get started on planting some flowers around the homestead. I think it's going to look beautiful and just add to, you know, what we have out here. It's beautiful anyway, but then to add the flowers, it's going to be awesome. All right, so I'm going to get started. Got the Dianthus planted on the corners. They're exactly the way I wanted them to be, right on the corner of the porch. And so in the middle I'm going to do the dahlias. So the dahlias come in a bulb. Probably should have opened the bag before I turned on the camera, but that's okay. Yeah, look at this. This is one. Okay. So these eyes that you see coming up, those are ones that need to be pointing up, is what the instructions said. So yeah, it does look like there's 4. It looked like there was more because they're all together. So these are the roots, and then this is what will grow up and be the flower. So what I like to do is kind of space them apart ahead of time before I start planting them, so I know exactly where they're going to go, and then I can get them in the ground and not have to worry about it, because they'll be exactly where I want them. Alright, so it looks like there's some extra in there too, so I will... Okay. So now I'm going to get up and I'm going to place them where I want them to be, and then I'll start planting them. So, I have decided where I'm going to put it. So you have to work the soil down. Oh, I think I found a rock. Nope, just a hard piece of clay. Nope, that's a rock. So what I did was I put on top of where the topsoil is, I put the garden topsoil and a mix of the black cow. So I put that on top because that'll be good. It'll hold a lot of moisture in there. And as long as the soil is kind of moist, then you don't have to water the dahlias when you plant them. You don't water them until they start sprouting. And so the way that you place them in there is you want the eye, and the eye should be pink, which is what this is. You can see you gotta be real gentle. The eye is pink, and you place it on the side like this with the eye on top. Make the hole a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah. And then you can cover it up. There we go. There's the first one planted. You just leave the soil kind of loose on top, and the moisture from the topsoil and the black cow that I've got on here, that will soak up in there and it will make a beautiful flower. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and I'll point the camera down over here so you can see it better, what I'm actually doing. Alright, so here again is your root ball. You can see these are the eyes. They need to be facing up when you plant it, and you work the soil. You gotta dig the hole, of course, bigger than the root ball. Okay. Alrighty. So now I've got the root ball. I'm going to stick it down in my hole, and again, just lay it on its side with the eyes pointing up, and then cover it over. Don't you come over here and eat my plants. Big rock. And that's how you plant dahlias. So again, you want to remember that the root ball, there's a root ball, it's got 4 or 5 tubers on it, and then there'll be an eye that's sticking up off of one side. The eye is what creates the flowers. So when you lay the root ball down, it should be laying on its side, so it looks kind of like a hand, like the fingers sticking out, and then whatever side the eye is growing out of, that's the side that needs to go up, and then the flower will come out through the soil. So if you have any questions or suggestions or something else you think I should plant up front, please put it in the comments. We'll be happy to listen, and we certainly want to try a whole bunch of different things. So if you have suggestions on things that you think might work good in Middle Tennessee, we certainly want to hear about it. Again, my name is Amy and at Swisher Family Farm. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like if you liked the video. The likes really help us out. I don't know if you know that, but the more people that like our videos, the more YouTube promotes it. So that's what helps us grow our channel. So if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. And don't forget, once you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then every time we have new videos come up, they will you'll get a notification on your phone that we have a new video open. So thanks again for stopping by. Have a great day.